Hello, I'm Jason Williamson. Welcome to my extremely condensed presentation on social media tips and tools for business. In 2009, Facebook gets its own business page. It's also the year Wendy's connects to Twitter. 2012 is when GoPro starts sharing on Instagram. These are the stories of business on social media, where witty phone jockeys and millionaire CEOs converge to build a relationship with customers and share information. Is it surprising that some of the most followed business accounts are the social media company's own accounts? Facebook is number one on its own platform. Instagram is number one on Instagram. Twitter, number 3. LinkedIn, number 3. So is it surprising when people who want to be heard the most buy or build their own social media companies? I'll let you be the judge of that. But most people aren't wealthy enough to buy or build a social media company. So at what point should a business create a social media account? And how do they do it? Pete Cashmore, the founder of Mashable.com, once wrote, "We're living at a time when attention is new currency. Those who insert themselves into as many channels as possible look set to capture the most value." By the end of this presentation, I want you to know 2 key points and hear about a few options you have for tools. The first point is when a business should get a social media account, which, spoiler alert, is now, or after this presentation, if you're the one that needs to do it. Secondly, if you're going to manage your own business account, know your strengths and weaknesses, but keep in mind that this is social media, which means you'll need to be social. Lastly, I'll talk about some tools of the trade. Like Nike's old slogan says, just do it. Maybe you're not going to be in charge of a business's social media page right now, but if you might or if you want to, then you can start with something as small as your own personal account. Many people already curate their social media, but you can try, at least for some time, to approach your social media like a business's social media account. Check your spelling and grammar, plan posts, and find ways to stand out. Another way to get started is to find out who manages the social media for your company and ask if you can help by sending pictures from work events. They may brush you off, but many social media managers need more content to share, or at least some stock photos they can use. If you have or are starting your own business, having a social media presence is one of the first things you should do after developing a business plan. Many businesses cannot start without funding, and social media can help draw in interest and funding for the proposed business. When you set up or take over a business account, you'll want to make sure everything is filled out as completely as possible. Not only will this help customers know about you, but it will also help reduce the workload on customer service by answering frequently asked questions and keep you from getting notifications from the platform telling you that you need to complete the information. Also, when you get started, you'll want to establish the identity of the business in the account. I'm not talking about the name of the account, but all the pillars the company sits upon, the branding, the tone, and how the account will be used by the company. Without a presence on social media, potential customers may even question the legitimacy of your business. If you've gotten this far in the presentation, then you're a student with a drive for success and likely interested in the business applications of social media. If you're the person that's going to be engaging on the social media account, then you should be realistic about what you can contribute. There are all kinds of different social media platforms, and some are more suitable for certain businesses than others. A photography company will gravitate towards image-based platforms like Flickr and Instagram, while news will be drawn towards word-based platforms like Twitter. However, the large portion of companies are going to need words and imagery to get their message across. Is your strength copywriting, where you write for marketing? Are you a natural photographer? Are you experienced with graphic or fine arts? If you're strong in some but not all areas, then you may do best as part of a team rather than the sole creator, so you can focus on your part of the whole. There is always room for improvement, so I encourage you to develop your skills if you've properly considered your opportunity cost for doing so. If you run a business and these are all weaknesses, or you have more money than time, it's probably time to hire a professional. There are large agencies that handle every aspect of public interface and market research for companies, and there are individual freelancers you can find on Fiverr and similar websites that charge per post. You wouldn't be a good carpenter without carpentry tools, so you're not going to manage social media without the right tools either. Some creatives can work in chaos, but the more productive ones stay organized. The business standard for word processing and organization is Microsoft Office. There are some other free options, though, especially for small businesses. OpenOffice is a free open source suite, but cloud storing, sharing, and compatibility are all issues. I prefer Google's suite of apps. You can find them on Google's search page by clicking on the 9 dots by your account image. A Gmail account isn't the most professional looking email, but it works for most purposes. There's lots of storage on the drive. There's also a spreadsheet, document app like Microsoft Word, and slide app, which is what I use to create the slides for this project. There are also ways for you to share and manage access to files on the drive. As with any cloud-based service, you need to be careful with sensitive information and back up your work on a physical drive. There are numerous options for images also. Canva, which is a website, has a lot of options for pre-made images for social media. An easy search will produce designs you can choose from, although the best ones are only accessible through their paid pro services. Choose one and change the text to what you want, save it, and post it. Adobe's Creative Suite, which can be downloaded from their website, is the industry standard for graphic creativity, providing tools to work on pictures in Photoshop, vector images in Illustrator, and videos in Premiere Pro, among other tools. Each program in the suite can take years to master and requires a subscription, which is cheaper for students. If you ever get stuck with writer's block or artist's block, there are tools out there for you too. For writer's block, if you like a bit of randomness, you could try the Library of Babel. On the Library of Babel's website, you can look at pages of random letters, or you can search for certain words on word-only pages for inspiration. If you need something more direct and focused, AI technology has come a long way. You can ask the AI for exactly what you want and use its response to springboard your own creative juices. If you're looking for some direct help or inspiration, there are lots of websites to browse, like Flickr, 99design, or Pinterest. There are also a plethora of publishing tools you can use, like Meta Business Suite for Facebook and Instagram. If you're not already using Grammarly for proofreading, you may have a C grade average in this class, or you're an English major. I use it for everything I write, but it doesn't always understand nuance, so make sure you read your own writing. Social media tools can be overwhelming, so be sure to research, try them out yourself if they're free, or find someone who has experience to help you out. To recap what I've already covered, get started now and get the experience. Know what you can do and know if you need to leave social media to a professional. Also, there are lots of great tools out there. Many are free, so go give them a try. To wrap this up, I want to tell you that social media is a step in the evolution of communication. Humans may have started with grunts and body language, moved up to drawings on cave walls, then developed the spoken and written word. Business communication has adapted through word of mouth, yelling in a marketplace, newspaper, radio, TV, and pop-up ads. We're at a moment in time where humans have come full circle, sending emojis instead of drawing on cave walls. But many savvy businesses are in their 14th year of weaseling themselves into your social interactions online. Though cancel culture is attempting to counteract the norm that any publicity is good publicity, no publicity is still no publicity. Instead of no publicity, you can take what you've learned in effective business communication and what I've discussed here and use it to good effect. Build relationships with customers for your business or work on an online relationship with your friends and family by engaging in good social media practices. After all, this is your story too. I'm Jason Williamson. You can connect with me through the class discussion, and I will gladly connect with you through social media. Thank you.